Krishna Premamradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagajjayate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hariye. Vachakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So I'm very honored and privileged to be with you all. Wonderful devotees from different centers across Bangalore. How many centers? Ramaya? Huh? ISC? Can those from Ramaya raise their hands? ISC? Okay. And each other? Nilachal Yoga. Okay. How many? Who are there? Haribo. Anyone else? I don't want to miss out some category. Sorry?
Electronics, Barsana.
Okay. Electronic City. What do you call that? Barsana? So, show some verse. Are you able to see? Should I make it bigger? I'm not able to see anything. You can see? Oh, okay. Now is it visible? Is it visible? Should I make it bigger?
Yes.
Should I make it bigger?
No, fine.
Okay. Bhakti moho pravahata tvai me prasango.
Bhakti moho pravahata tvai me prasango.
Bhuyatananta mahatam amalashayana.
Bhuyatananta mahatam amalashayana.
Enanjason panamurugyasanam bhavaptim.
Enanjason panamurugyasanam bhavaptim.
Nishe bhavat gunakatham nitapanamatah.
Nishe bhavat gunakatham nitapanamatah.
This is one of the prayers that Dhruva Maharaj speaks in the glorification of the Lord. So, I'll not like to make it like full Bhagavatam, but we'll read some section of it which is pertaining to our discussion. Dhruva Maharaj continued, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly, as the waves of a river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing fire-like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad, to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. Purport. The significant point in Dhruva Maharaj's statement is that he wanted the association of pure devotees. Transcendental devotional service cannot be complete and cannot be relishable without the association of devotees. We have therefore established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Anyone who is trying to be aloof from this Krishna Consciousness Society and yet engage in Krishna Consciousness is living in a great hallucination, for this is not possible. From this statement by Dhruv Maharaj, it is clear that unless one is associated with devotees, his devotional service does not mature. It does not become distinct from material activities. The, the Lord says, Satam prasangan mamaviya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha. Only in the association of pure devotees can the words of Lord Krishna be fully potent and relishable to the heart and ear. Dhruv Maharaj explicitly wanted the association of devotees. That association and devotional activities is just like the waves of an incessantly flowing river. In our Krishna Consciousness Society, we have full engagement 24 hours a day. Every moment of our time is always busily engaged in the service of the Lord. This is called the incessant flow of devotional service. A little ahead, Prabhupada says, the purport of the statement of Dhruv Maharaj is that devotional service in the association of devotees is the cause of development of further devotional service. By devotional service only is one elevated to the transcendental planet Goloka Vrindavan. And there is only devotional service. The activities of devotional service both in this world and in the spiritual world are one and the same. Devotional service does not change. The example of a mango can be given here. If one gets an unripe mango, it is still a mango. And when it is ripe, it remains the same mango, but it has become more tasteful and relishable. Similarly, there is devotional service performed according to the direction of the spiritual master and the injunctions of the regulatory principles of Shastra. And there is devotional service in the spiritual world rendered directly in the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But they are both the same. There is no change. The difference is that one stage is unripe and the other is ripe and more relishable. It is possible to mature in devotional service only in the association of devotees. So, this is a very, very beautiful, very important purport. Prabhupada says that without the association of devotees, and if someone thinks he is advancing, it's just a hallucination. It does not become distinct from material activities. It does not become relishable. And it is, uh, uh, here he is comparing it to the unripe mango becoming a ripe mango. In fact, the devotional service in the association of devotees only becomes the cause of development of further devotional service. So all of you have gone through Nishtha camp? All of you? So in the Nishtha camp, we heard Madhuri Kadami. So what is the first stage of what are the stages? Who can tell all the stages? Yes? Do you have mic? Prabhu? Mic? Any mic? Second mic? No mic? Okay, you can say Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nibriti, Nishtha, before that Ruchi. Then Asakti, Bhava, Prema. Hari Bol. You reach Prema. Very nice. Thank you. So these are the 9 stages of devotional service. So if you see in this, the foundation is Sadhu Sangha. If we talk about Ado Shraddha also, how do we get Shraddha? How is Ado Shraddha enabled in the living entity's life? How does he get the Shraddha? Somehow devotees enter his existence when he is not conscious of devotional service, and that devotee sangha allows him to understand what is devotional service. Then he gets that basic shraddha, which he then executes to consciously take sadhu sangha. So first sadhu sangha is involuntary, then it is voluntary. So sadhu sangha is the foundation, and then the shraddha grows in the sadhu sangha. Then it becomes so strong that he can actually take some bhajan kriya also. He starts taking some practices. But what is this bhajan kriya? First bhajan kriya called anishtita bhajan kriya. That means
He is not stable. He is not steady. Because of what? Anarthas are there. But somehow he carries on with the desire to, serve the instructions of the sadhus. Then he gets freedom from anarthas, anartha nivritti. And then steady. At this stage, when he is steady, it's not like he has become free from all anarthas, but majority. But because he has become fixed in following the order of the Shastras coming from the Guru Parampara, as the sadhus share with us, so he has become fixed. Mind and senses may still cry, nahi, nahi, mujhe nahi karna hai. But the jiva has become very fixed in his faith that I don't have any more faith on you, my dear mind and senses. I lost all trust on you. Enough of your dictation. You know? Yeah. We do have a secret trust in our mind and senses, right? Like sometimes when we hear a class and it's not according to our script, so we feel thoda heavy tha class. Sometimes we may say, I think Prabhu ji thoda ज़्यादा ही बोल गए आज, इतना भी क्या है, no? We are like we have our own commentary over the Bhagavatam speech, right? Like even if Sachin Tendulkar is batting, so the commentary, oh, Sachin should have batted like this or that. So we also keep giving our running commentary to the Bhagavatam. But the truth remains truth. We may accept it or not. Sometimes a devotee, when he goes home, so he tells his superiors that, Prabhuji, I'm going home. Okay, okay, yeah, you should go home. How long you are going home? Prabhuji, for 3 months, Prabhuji. 2 months, holiday jo hota hai na, jo long. 2 months? Prabhu, you'll survive? He says, yes, Prabhuji, I'll practice devotional service, chanting holy name. He goes for 1 week. He's still at least in radar range, phone call reachable. After 1 week, it's like Haribol, Haribol. No one is picking up phone only. And when he comes back, Prabhuji, हो गया प्रभु जी सब हो गया प्रॉब्लम हो गया प्रभु जी I fell down प्रभु जी I with this problem that problem जब जपा खत्म प्रभु जी this प्रभु there are many problems. So we actually come to know that we are not so pure that we can handle it. And then he says, sorry, Prabhuji. And then the devotee says, no problem. Now you practice nicely. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Now I'll practice nicely, Prabhuji. No. And then next holiday period comes. Prabhuji, now when Prabhuji, for 1 month I'm going, Prabhuji. So, over a period of time, we lose our trust over these mind and senses. We understand that actually we are not understanding what is really hitam for me, what is very what is my need of life. The living entity is roaming in this cycle of birth and death in a very, very precarious way, birth after birth, because of these mind and senses. He has got engulfed in an unlimited, perpetuating cycle of birth and death. He is not even conscious that he is actually facing it. He just he he likes to execute what the mind and senses say because he thinks that is what is happy life. In the Western world, I was just in US. It is very difficult to talk about sense control in one sense. For them, that is like aparad to the jiva, to talk about. How can they do sense control? Life is for senses. I am the senses. It's like that. The living entity can just freely do whatever it likes. There's so much pre-mixing that you know most families are broken families. You can hardly find someone who's having his own son, father and mother at home. It's a very painful reality. Because of that, the person becomes shelterless. To give him faith in Krishna consciousness is a very arduous task. because he has not got any faith. Why to put faith on anyone? Because everyone is just in his own life. No one was for me selflessly. You we all as Indians, we cannot understand that situation unless you actually start witnessing the calamity of being independent. you know, Sometimes independence is looked as privilege, freedom. Ye dil mange more, just do it, enjoy. You know, don't bind us with rules and dictates. Ask those who have got that freedom. Are they happy? They may not know, they don't know the root of the disease. They are thinking that they are not happy because still they have not executed something. So that now freedom means, I think I should change my gender also. You know, because I'm not happy in this gender. Maybe I will be happy doing sex in the other gender. You know, it's a calamity. The living entity has lost any shelter, any sense of shelter. He's trying to just change everything about his life to be some way happy with these mind and senses. Vedic culture, we used to have like long names, Ram Prasad, Dashrath Prasad, Chaurasya, some, they're in South India, they still follow some tradition, right? They have long surnames, they put surname of father, grandfather, and all that, right? नहीं है क्या भाई? Huh? It looks like faces are looking a little blank. Huh? Initials. Yeah. And when they go abroad, they remove that, like Sham becomes Sam. They, they don't like in the Vedic culture, we used to have the surname, like when we say Kaunteya, when we say Partha, it brings a sense of belongingness to the predecessors of that parampara or that lineage in the family. And what does that help him to do? Can anyone say? Why? Why Krishna is addressing Arjuna as Kaunteya, Partha? Why? Why? It's connecting, okay. These are the. Oh, you are not supposed to speak. Those, only those who are in the Nakul group are allowed to speak. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Why to say? He could say Arjuna only, na Arjuna, Arjuna, Arjuna. He has a very specific reason why he says all that. Yes? Ah, very nice. He's saying Krishna wants to remind Arjun that you are from a very great heritage and thus you have a very great responsibility. Perfect. In the Vedic tradition, by having that sense of belongingness, he did not create a binding like, oh my God, I have to follow these guys. It was actually a privilege to be sheltered in that way. So Western civilization says be independent, forget. And in fact, their lineage is also very complicated because there is no, it's not like a tree structure, it's a network. This man married this girl and that girl. So it's not so easy to make a lineage also. It's not line, it's, I don't know, network. You know? Like one of the boys I'm cultivating, his mother married another man. And the child of that man is now the mother left the body, so the child of that man is not getting shelter from his father. So he will take this boy will take care of this child who is actually from the mother from another husband. So it's a very complicated life actually. You can't imagine this life because you knew your father mother, and you know who are. When you went from school back home, you knew that your mother is with your father only. You know? It's a calamity on the living entity. So we are coming from a very secure family background where we actually come to see that shelter from the childhood. So when we practice Krishna consciousness also, to the degree we feel a sense of shelter, to the degree we feel that there are some people who are there for me selflessly, just to see me going back home, back to God, you know, then we can give our life in the pursuit of the truth wholeheartedly. We can seek shelter through difficult situations because we know they are there for me. Originally, Krishna is doing that only for the jiva. You know this verse, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Ratokchaje Ahetukiya Pratihata Yayatma Su Prasidati. It says that the topmost dharma for every jiva is to practice Ahetukiya Pratihata Bhakti. So in the spiritual world, there is only one rule. There is no rule, but there is one feature which rules the world. Krishna does not rule the spiritual world. What rules the spiritual world is only love. There is no rule. No? Krishna loves the jiva and the jiva loves Krishna, and both are subordinate to this love. The jiva becomes controlled by Krishna's love, and Krishna becomes controlled by the jiva's love. In fact, it's not called jiva. Actually, jiva is for those who are in this world, but principle. So, when we say Ayurtikiya Pratihata Bhakti, Krishna does not change this from his side. Krishna continues to love us like that. We said, Krishna, I don't want you. I want to be enjoying independently. It's my life. वो लोग बोलते हैं ना कि इंग्लिश में सॉन्ग है था इट्स माई लाइफ अपना लाइफ जीना चाहते हैं तो जीवा ने बोल दिया भगवान को जीवा टोल्ड आई वांट माई लाइफ ओके सर गो बट कृष्णा डिड नॉट लीव कृष्णा कम्स एज परमात्मा a very personal private person like he's just available to us around the clock morning to night night to morning tirelessly available right. He could have said, no, I can do my business. This guy is anywhere, they rebel, get lost. Right? Why for a rebel, Krishna is so personally available to serve? Any moment we go in the wrong direction, Krishna gives a signal from inside. Such a personal God. Krishna is extremely personal person. When Uddhava came back from Vrindavan, so many of the Brajvasis gave gifts for Krishna. And many means all the Brajvasis, they love Krishna. So then Krishna saying, ये सुबल ने दिया होगा ना ये तो शिदामा ने दिया होगा that gift was not just like मेरे ड्रॉर में एक एक्स्ट्रा चीज रखी हुई तो दे दिया है ना that gift was a remembrance of a memory of an incident which was very intimate between Krishna and that person and Krishna remembers all that and Krishna wants to reciprocate, remember that, and that living entity wants to remember that when Krishna will see that item, he'll remember me. You know? So Krishna and all of us, we are very personally connected. Sometimes devotees, like sometimes we think, I am here, Krishna is in the spiritual world, you know. But Krishna really loves each one of us very personally. Someone will say he has millions and trillions and unlimited jivas. Does he really remember this guy also or not? Huh? So, like anyone here has two sisters or two brothers. Huh? Matlab you are you are one son, but you have two brothers or two sisters. Okay, you have. Huh? What you have? Two brothers you have. So if you have two brothers, so now imagine I kill one. चलेगा क्या? Brother रसा है ना? Like sometimes people say पांच ही तो रस है साक्य रस वात्सल्य रस गोप माधुर्य रस एंड शांत रस दास्य रस बस पांच ही तो रस है तो इतने लिविंग एंटिटीज में एक चला भी गया तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा सो इन योर ब्रदर रसा do you feel you have individual personal rasa with both the brothers huh? Both are needed in your life you personally feel for both of them है ना Correct? So it is not like 5 rasas means थोड़ा 5 रस में माधुर्य रस में 2 लोग कम भी हो गए तो फर्क क्या पड़ेगा, है ना? Krishna has personal rasa within those 5 rasas. These are 5 categories of rasas, but with every devotee, he has a personal feeling, personal connection. It's a relationship. And he feels for every living entity like that. So it's not like so many are already there. It's not like some number game, huh? You know, roll number one, roll number two, you know. He's not going like that. Huh? It's not some bulk process going on. You know? कितना जीवा है भैया? No, he's not working on living entities like that. Huh? How many today? How many recruited back from? You know? He personally deals with each of you, Prabhu. Personally, I'll show you verses for that. You know, personally, he's waiting for you. He is not like चलेगा एक दो रह गया ना चलेगा वो. He is feeling for you. He is missing you because your rasa with him is individual. बाकी सब भी चले गए ना इस जगत से जो आपके आजू बाजू बैठे आपके लिए he will still be crying. Krishna is a supreme enjoyer. Why is he crying? How can he feel compassion and concern and like he can feel? How can he be sad about our coming and still be enjoying rasas with the devotees in Vrindavan? Is it not like some kind of mix? ऐसा कैसे कर सकते हैं? Either you are happy or sad. How can he be both? Any idea? Any logic? He's happy or sad? Huh? He's playing game also with the Gopas. Yeah? Huh? He's playing na? All those games you must have heard. And he's sad about you also. कैसे? तो दोनों smile है ना? How can he be both? Any idea? Yes, Prabhu. Okay, it's reciprocal individual. That means internally, what is his heart going through? Huh? Yeah, you can't. Achintya. This is this is the easiest answer to give. आपकी लीला अपरंपार है ना. Krishna's happiness is not born out of enjoyment. Krishna's happiness is born out of loving nature of his. Enjoyment which we do, मजा आ रहा है, that is actually just external mental and manoranjan बोलते हैं. Krishna's heart is feeling the joy of love. That is enjoyment actually. वही रस है. He's not like third class in our 10th class rasas which we do in enjoying gulab jamun. He's not enjoying gulab jamun. He's enjoying the love in that gulab jamun. So when he's enjoying love, like imagine now, Prabhu, your family, you are having a get together in your all family members, but one brother is missing. So will you be when you are having a feast? Your mother has cooked very lovingly your favorite item and others' favorite items, and then you are having feast. Will you enjoy the feast? What will you be when we enjoy the feast cooked by the loving personality? We enjoy the love also. But will you not be missing the person who is not there? Yeah. So love means in love we miss the family members. In the love we can enjoy, but because we want that family member to be there. So Krishna is having all family members, but we are all missing there. Right? So will he not miss us? So he misses us. So Krishna is very personally concerned that when will this living entity come back home, back to God? And he is so concerned, this Paramatma is a very selfless job to be done. Like imagine you're traveling in the car and then there is you keep the GPS, and it says after 500 meters take a right turn, and we don't hear it, we go straight. Huh? So, then it will say rerouting. After 500 meters, take a U-turn, and then after 500 meters, take a left turn. Right? It will reroute. Imagine the GPS says, "You rascal! I told you, you know, 3 times I have told you, you are going rerouting. You know, changing route after route after. What are you doing? No? So what will the Jiva do in the modern world if the GPS says like this, you rascal, no? If they, you rascal, they're Bab rascal, Sad rascal, you throw the phone out, right? Similar to the GPS is the Lord's service. The living entity is taking detour after detour after detour after detour for millions of lifetimes, just going away from its original program of love because he thinks, I want independence. Huh? And he's suffering. But that father never leaves hope, never leaves this person. He's simply trying to keep giving him directions without any attachment that he will follow me. He's not going. Attachment, if it comes, then you say, you rascal. See, GPS is dead. It's just an AI item. But imagine you're going with your friend for millions of lifetime. Will you be able to tolerate his going off the course when you're constantly wanting to come back home? अरे छोड़ जा मर जा है ना जा जा जाना है ना right? How many of us will be ready to go like that? No? The friend goes into the worm, like a worm in the stool. The living entity is going as a worm in the stool also because he likes the stool also. He thinks कुछ तो इधर भी मिल जाएगा शायद. The pig is going into the gutter, and the Paramatma goes with him. करके प्योर बना के फिर भगवान को ऑफर करते हैं. That same personality who is standing in the altar is ready to go into the gutter with us also because he loves us. Hmm? So the Supreme Lord is extremely concerned about us. Selflessly, causelessly, unconditionally loving us. He never broke the vow. अहेतु की अप्रतिहता भक्ति कर रहे हैं भगवान हमारी. हमारी भक्ति कर रहे हैं भगवान. He is never leaving that love bond. We have broken the contract one side only. He never broke the contract. You're getting? It's contract word is not good actually. Delete. You know. He never broke that loving bond. From his side, he loves us. We have said no, no. You know. We have given him up, but he has never given up his loving nature, never given up on us also. He's not leaving us. He's constantly trying to serve us. Hmm? And imagine now there is a child. I think only one Mataji is here. Sometimes there are many Mataji, but I will ask the question. Imagine there is a child who has fallen into the gutter and he comes out and he is like, that black sewage is all over his body. And now he comes into this assembly. Huh? So if he's walking amidst all of you, what will you do? Tell quickly, huh? Don't keep. What will you do? No? दूर हो जा भाई कौन आ गया ना right amidst them if the mother is sitting what will she do mother ji what will she do uh, she'll run towards the child क्या हो गया बेटा she'll go and clean him she will become dirty also somewhat but she'll run towards the child because she is not seeing the dirt she's seeing the child. That is exactly how Paramatma sees all of us. He sees the soul. My loving child. He may have millions of anarthas which are so dirty that the whole world dur ho ja. But he sees the child. So the Supreme Lord has unlimited concern for us. And out of that concern, he wants to personally care for us. Unfortunately, because we have closed our heart towards him, we cannot hear his signal as a Paramatma. We cannot. Sometimes devotees say, Guruji, my inner voice is there. You know, inner voice. You know. So there are inner voice, when we chant holy name, one more inner voice comes, right? You are chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. One more voice comes or not? Whose voice is that? Mind. Eh? So, inner voice. So we should not trust our inner voice. Till we come to Asakti stage, we cannot trust the inner voice. Before that, we don't know whether it is Paramatma speaking or mind speaking. One devotee told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Krishna came in my dream and told that you can keep sleeping. He was with Krishna. So Prabhupada told that Krishna, Maya came in form of Krishna for you. You know? So in dream also, if Krishna comes and tells you something which is contrary to what he's saying through Guru and Shastra, that means it is Maya coming. Huh? Don't trust Krishna in the form of these esoteric dream and all those inner voice and all those stuff. It's not the adhikar of the jiva when he still has got so much anarthas. What to talk of after anarth nivritti is nishtha, but that time is also not a trustworthy time. When is the trustworthy time? Asakti. It's a very advanced stage. Asakti stage means you see a cloud, you see Krishna. Oh, Asitam Buddha Sundar. He's the monsoon cloud, Krishna. You know? As soon as you see anything, you can immediately become Krishna conscious. अपने को तो कृष्ण को देखने से भी कृष्ण conscious नहीं होता. So that is a very advanced stage. So Krishna very kindly does one important thing for the jiva who is lost in in complete darkness of ignorance. Hmm. What is that verse? Give me one sec. No. Uh, this 1 minute. That verse. Hmm. Oh. Sorry, I'm forgetting that verse. Hmm. There's a beautiful verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that I cannot repay a debt that I owe for. Just hold on. Give me one sec. It's a very important verse. Yes. नैवोपयन्ति अपचितिं कवयस्तवेषा ब्रह्मायु ब्रह्मायुषापि कृतमृद्धमुदः स्मरन्तः योऽन्तर्बहिस्तनुभृताम् अशुभं विधुन्वन् आचार्यचैत्यवपुषा स्वगतिं व्यनक्ति. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Super Soul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, Lord Krishna is 10 million times more dear to a devotee than life itself. And according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, even by rendering devotional service for the total duration of 1000 universal creations, a devotee cannot repay the debt he feels to the Lord for having awarded in loving service to the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord appears within the heart as the super soul and externally both as a spiritual master and as literary incarnation, the supreme Vedic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Because we cannot hear the message of the Lord coming as a Paramatma, he has appeared in two external forms. What are they? The spiritual master and the Vedic literatures. So the living entity who has become an orphan by his own, not sweet will, by his own bad will, whatever you call it. He has made a wrong choice. He has become orphan because he left his father. So the Lord gives him an opportunity to come back by giving external agents of his. Paramatma is also lost. He is coming as Paramatma, but because of his own impurities, the Jiva cannot hear him. So then how to help him? So Lord comes as the devotee and Lord comes as Shastras. So the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti program, Vaidhi comes from the word Vidhi. That means rules and regulations. So when we do Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, we have the living entity is blind in this world. He does not know what is good or bad. But he holds his father and mother's hand and he walks through the road which is full of lorries coming. Hmm? Lorries means all the temptations and tribulations which come in our life, the sense objects or the mental objects or the ego and all that. To cross this cycle of birth and death, it will take a very secure life of shelter. And he gets the shelter of father, the spiritual master, and mother, the scriptures. To the degree he becomes faithful that these two are the trustworthy personalities for me, I do not trust my mind and senses anymore. To that degree, he will become safe in this creation. And then the anarthas will go very fast away. It is the anarthas only which impede him to put trust on these two personalities. He says, Shastra ji thoda jada ho gaya. Guru bhi jada ho gaya. He does not have faith because he thinks he is smart and he gets a kick from Maya then. So till he still has some faith in his mind and senses, he believes, he follows the mind and senses and he gets a kick. One day, hopefully, he will lose his trust. And that day is the auspicious day of his life, the fortunate soul. When he loses all trust in his mind and senses and he knows if Guru and Shastra say, I'll follow that. He becomes an obedient son of this mother and father. That day, he is again having good parents. Just like the Western civilization is lost from good parenting, the whole creation has lost its own parents. We have to accept some worthy shelter givers in our life. One time, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was going in Udupi on the beach and he saw one fish who had come to the shore of the ocean. And uh, he tried to pick her up because she was flapping. She had no water around. So she was flapping and would die soon. So Maharaj tried to pick her up so that he can put her back in the water. But she slipped out of his hand. She felt scared and she slipped out. Then Maharaj held her a little firmly and then again she slipped out. Then Maharaj held her very firmly and then Maharaj threw her into the ocean. And then the waves came. Again she was on the shore. Then Maharaj picked her up, you know, and then she went deeper into the ocean, but the waves came. Again she was on the shore. Then Maharaj picked really hard. And then still, again she was on the shore. Then Maharaj picked her up and With her in the hand, he ran into the ocean, you know, and threw her into the ocean deep. And then the waves came, but she did not. She was back into the home of the ocean. Maharaj was very satisfied. But then he walked ahead and he saw a fisherman taking out thousands of fishes with his fishing net. So Maharaj gives a purport to this. Just like I was trying to do this for the fish, the spiritual master is trying to pick us up when we are away from our home. He's trying to put us back in the home. But we have lost all faith or anyone will handle us rightly. So we don't even put faith on the great master, who is the saintly person who is trying to place us back into our eternal position of sweet love and happiness. And we give up his shelter and we keep slipping out of his hand. But the spiritual master is so merciful that he somehow or the other, he picks us up and he tries to put us back into the ocean of love. But the waves of sense gratification again pull us back to the shore of material existence. We are tatastha shakti. No? Then again, the spiritual master is determined. He's trying again and again and again. So much so that he will carry us back home, back to God. He will put us into the deep ocean. Deep ocean means after that we are in such bliss that the waves of sense gratification cannot trouble. But as he walks down the shore of material existence, trying to recruit back the living entities back home, he sees many more coming. The Maya's net is so powerful. So many people are just every day walking into the cycle of birth and death. This is reality. So, the spiritual master is a very, very important personality in the life of a disciple who has actually given a. He is actually more merciful than Krishna because we sing this Sansara Dava Nalalita Loka Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghanatvam Praptasya Kalyan Gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarandam. Krishna is the ocean of mercy. But he will not come personally because we have actually denied him. He is there with us. We are burning in the forest fire of material existence. It is not possible for the ocean to come to the forest and quench that or extinguish that fire. But it is actually the clouds of which are formed from the ocean which come to free the forest from the fire. No fire brigade can solve this problem. Similarly, Krishna is there. He is the all pure Supreme Personality of Godhead, most compassionate. But he sends the cloud of the spiritual master to actually free us from the cycle of birth and death, the forest of material enjoyment, the forest of the forest fire which is burning so strongly in our hearts. So the spiritual master's compassion is to see that we are taken care just like Krishna would like to take care of us, so personally. Hmm? I was telling Krishna is waiting for each of us very personally. So I would like to, I won't be having the time now, but have you seen that picture of, have you seen this picture? I think you must have. So this is Krishna embracing Gopkumar. Gopkumar traveled all so many planets and finally reached Golok Vrindavan. And when he came, Krishna was coming back. It was Godhuli time when Krishna just brings back all the cows. And he ran at the speed of lightning to meet and embrace Gopkumar. And all the Gopa friends ran up. Where is our Krishna gone? And Krishna embraced Gopkumar. And that moment, Krishna and Gopkumar understood how much Krishna loves me. Although in his days at in the material world, he had heard that Krishna loves every jiva, but he did not think that he will love me also like that. But now he really understood that Krishna actually was waiting for me. And he ran and he embraced. And he cried tears of ecstasy that Krishna, his name in the spiritual world is Sarupa. Sarupa, Sarupa. So he called, Sarupa, you've come back. And he cried tears, and those tears filled up a pond, and both of them fainted in that pond. And all the devotees of Raja, they're thinking, what has happened to the darling of our hearts? Who has done this? This person who has come in, who has done this to our Krishna? And then somehow or the other, Krishna and Sarupa gain again consciousness. And again, now Sarupa, more conscious of how much Krishna loves that he fainted again. You know? You know? And like this it happens because Krishna loves you. Krishna loves me. Krishna is really personally waiting for each of us. So I could have read that whole section, but time is not there. I'm going to touch some other point. So Krishna is so personally concerned about us. You know, Krishna is very personally missing us. You know. So the spiritual master wants to give that same personal connection, shelter to every living entity. But the spiritual master is a jiva, or basically, he cannot take the role of Bhagavan. Lord has an amazing potency, How Lord can personally reciprocate with everyone is amazing. Like you see this picture. In this picture, Krishna is dealing with one Gopa, right? But every Gopa in Vanabhoga Leela is thinking Krishna is dealing with him. Although there are millions of Gopas sitting. Now in this you feel that Krishna is facing back to some Gopas. But no Gopa thinks that he is actually, Krishna is giving back to me. So Krishna can do this simultaneously for all the jivas in the spiritual world. Krishna personally is, that, what is it? See this, no, in this picture. See this picture. Huh? In this, someone is doing, like there are how many jivas there? How many living entities? Apart from Krishna, Balram को कौन कितना सेवा कर रहे हैं? 5 लोग सेवा कर रहे हैं ना? So how can million people serve one personality? पैर तो एक ही है ना? ऐसा नहीं कि भगवान विश्व रूप लेके सेवा कराते हैं. How Lord does it? So the acharyas have explained Krishna expands unlimitedly. He sits under unlimited trees. He sleeps under unlimited trees, and only 7, 8 gopas are then personally massaging. Massaging, one becomes a pillow like here, and then someone is fanning. You saw that boy fanning Balram? No? Krishna can do this. He can expand unlimitedly to personally honor Chappan Bhog nahi, 1008 nahi. Unlimited Bhoga you can offer him, and he can personally reciprocate with every living entity. Already is there with us in the Paramatma form, but in the spiritual world there is no Paramatma. That is only technology given for us when we are lost here. In the spiritual world, directly Krishna. Direct Krishna. But in this world, Krishna has sent us the spiritual master. But spiritual master alone cannot do it because he is not Krishna. So, along with the spiritual master, Krishna creates an association of devotees. And in the association of devotees, as we practice taking shelter to understand what way Krishna wants me to act, to be in line with his desire, to not get messed up because of getting the dictates of mind and senses. As we walk that journey, we become free from the anarthas, and we come to realize that actually I did the best thing in my creation, best thing in my life. The living entity sometimes may doubt whether this is right or wrong. But if somehow or the other, by great fortune, he is able to stick to the desire of the Lord coming through the Vaishnavas and Guru and all the basically Shastras, then he will guide his life towards auspiciousness. So that is the shelter program that Krishna creates for the Jiva. You see in this picture, this is Sanatana Goswami being embraced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hmm? So, Srila Prabhupada, when he was taking care of the disciples, can you read one quote? Read. माइक में बोल सकते हैं?
One who teaches can be treated as spiritual master. He is not that after we become initiated, we become perfect. No, it requires teaching. So if we take instruction from them, all senior God brothers may be treated as good. There is no harm. Actually, you have only one spiritual master who initiates you, just as you have only one father. But every Vaishnava should be treated as Prabhu, Master, higher than me. And in this sense, if I learn from him, he may be regarded as Guru.
Hmm. So, in the Vedic culture also, the Gurukul was not like one Acharya was taking care of everyone. He had created a system of care. He would take care of some 10 primary disciples, and they would take care of many others, and they would take care of many others, and that would go on. And in the current tradition also, like Srila Prabhupada here is saying, that senior God brothers of yours can give you guidance. There are many such quotes. Now you must guide them very nicely in Krishna consciousness because you are a veteran devotee. When is he telling him as a veteran devotee? In 1971. Hmm? And practically speaking, the future of our Krishna conscious society rests in the hands of my older disciples. Give them all facility to perfect their lives by protecting them and instructing them nicely. That is now the duty of my senior disciples. Senior कितना है? 1966 में तो इसकॉन फाउंड किया है ना, 5 years max. Please learn our Krishna conscious way of life from the good guidance of your older devotees. 1970. Hmm? Please take encouragement and guidance from your elder God brothers and sisters and be happy Krishna consciousness. If there are any questions, always refer to your elder God brothers. So, the Guru Parampara is not just the the Guru, they're not just from the spiritual master, the Diksha Guru or the Shiksha Guru. Actually, it is a family of devotees which shelters. Mhm. And that family of devotees should get enabled for every devotee. That care is very wholesome there. Because imagine we are hanging from one soul, great soul, but he has to also leave the planet. Then who will we take guidance from? Paramatma? What if we have not reached the Asakti stage? Then we have one four-letter guru also, mind. Huh? Huh? Who is always giving some good ideas, even now and even then. So it is very important for us to appreciate that we need a family of devotees who can shelter us, who all are united to see that I go back home, back to Godhead. So that family of devotees is, all the great masters, the current acharyas also have enabled in different ways for the devotees. So here we have a system of, you know, Gauranga Sevak, Nityananda Sevak, and then there is mentor, and I think frontliner. Huh? So that system is, huh? Okay, Prabhupada Sevak, sorry. Mentor is known as Prabhupada Sevak. Sorry. So whatever. So Prabhupada Sevak. So Gauranga Sevak, Nityananda Sevak and Prabhupada Sevak. So what is this? So when we come very young to Krishna consciousness, we may have uh, questions about how to balance our study life and spiritual life also. So sometimes study details, our counselors, our Nityan, क्या बोलते हैं, Nityan Sevaks and Gauranga Sevaks may be brahmacharis, and they may not have the clarity of what goes on in the college. So we can have our Prabhupada Sevaks to give us that guidance because they have gone through that, right? Of course, all of us have also gone through. हमने भी पास किया था प्रभु. We did. We did fail in the IT or something. But yeah, time has passed now. I've spent 20 years out of IIT, so maybe there are things which have much changed actually. So the principle that you have immediate some seniors who are working or student and they can guide you there. And then there are those who are Nityananda Sevaks who are more, they are younger in age and they are more available sometimes. And then they are actually personally able to get you more details of your life. And then there are Gauranga Sevaks who are actually even more senior. They may give mature guidance on very important subjects of your life where you may have to take critical decisions of life. And all this structure, and not just this, but the entire ISKCON movement is actually just geared to see that each one of us goes back home, back to God. So this kind of a system is created to enable the care which Srila Prabhupada wanted for his all the followers. Srila Prabhupada would personally care for devotees when there were only few devotees. He would personally guide them. He would personally teach them all the activities. Dhoti kurta kaise pehna hai. He even taught Mataji how to wear sari also. You know, because there was no one in the Western world to teach sari also. So Prabhupada taught just everything to them. But then he told them to teach others, right? So this way we have a full care for ourselves, although we may be not directly always sitting with the spiritual master. Like there is a tree. A tree has a root from which the water goes up, and then it goes on to the different branches, and then there is the branchlet, and in the branchlet there is the twig, and then there is the leaf. So this leaf is getting all that water which he needs from that small. So much water must be coming up, but she is getting that nourishment there, right? So we do not need like all the time only great souls to come and descend and tell us what to do and not. The more mature devotees can guide, the less mature devotees, and like that we go on. And sometimes if we need more mature guidance, then we can go to more senior devotees also. Just like in the um, operation also. Sometimes like there are people who come with there are ward boys who come with this patient on the stretcher, and then there are some nurses who dress him up, put the clean him up, and then they open the wound, and then there is a doctor who will do the anesthesia, and then there is the special doctor who is really going to do the surgery. Okay? And he comes for only that part, and then he says, "Now you close it," right? Right. So the main part is done by that expert surgeon, but before and after is done by many other ward boys and nurses and doctors, right? The surgeon, if he has to do everything from the ward boy to the you know, nurse to the, then he will have very less surgeries done. Many more will die actually. So the spiritual masters on the planet, they are also having so many disciples to serve, so many living entities to serve. So they create a system where everyone can be cared by, seeing that they can do the main job, but many other layers of the job can be done by many assistants of theirs. So with that idea, we have actually these care systems as we mentioned. And as we take shelter of theirs, we feel that yes, they are our well wishers. Then we can actually make our journey back home, back to God, a very safe one, a happy one, if a sheltered one. Like uh, when I was in my college days, so when I like if I have a problem, so if there's someone who is also worried about that problem apart from me, I have so much joy that I can go and tell him. Like in home also we say, na, "Mummy, ye ho gaya," But now we don't have that mummy. Mummy is now, mummy also does not know spiritual life. So our mummy is these, meant to be Prabhupada sevaks. So it is very important for us to have this joy of shelter in devotion service. So how this system works now, I'd like to share something more details. So the counselor is like a doctor or a the if we say Gauranga Sevak. So the Gauranga Sevak or Nityan Sevak, all these people who are care, you can call them caregivers. So all these personalities are like a doctor, and we are like a patient. So my father is a doctor. So he takes a very nice history of the patient, and then he diagnoses the problem, and then he gives him some medicine, and then he expects that the patient will follow the prescription, follow the medicine. Similarly, when we go to our superiors and tell, first of all, we should feel happy to go and tell. When I went to my superiors and told the Prabhuji, I have this problem, so they were so embracing. I told my anarthas and they said, you're a very good devotee. I said, good devotee means what? How can you say? But they said that because you admit your problem, we know you have that problem. You know? Actually, we may be trying to hide our things, but actually, superiors can see much more deeply also. So anyway, only they're waiting when will we first take admission. Just say in hospital you don't get medicine before you first admit. So they're just waiting for admission. So anyway, when we express our difficulties, they don't judge us. That is that is how caregivers are. Just like I told you, the mother will not see the dirt, but see the child. So they just exactly do the role for the Paramatma's representative. Na? So they want to see how to help this person now. Okay, the dirt is there. Now what to do for this person? So to first of all tell the whole history is important. Imagine, like in doctor life, suppose this guy is sitting like this. Why? Because piles हो गया उसको. But he does not want to tell that he has got piles because it's a very dirty place and all that. So he will not like to tell piles. But बीच बीच में उठ उठ के दर्द आ रहा है no? No? So so it's not going to work without telling. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells that we should not hide our problem. He said, even if you pass stool under the pant, the smell will come out. He told very graphic example. Even if you pass stool under the pant, the smell will come. You know. So the point is what? If we express our situation very honestly, then they understand us. They are not here to judge us, but they want to understand us. If they can understand us, then they can give the medicine properly. Sometimes when my father is treating the patient, na, so the patient does not tell he has diabetes because he does not want any instruction on giving up sweets. You know. He knows doctor सब मना कर देंगे ना. And then father detects it. You know. Then वो पूछते हैं आपने अल्कोहल लिया ना थोड़ा सा लिया था. so, so, पकड़े जाते हैं ना प्रभु जी. This is actually medical life is not. See, my father really feels frustrated sometimes. मतलब frustrated not like in the sense he wanting giving up, but then hey इतनी बार समझाया हमको. So many times I told him he'll kill himself, but he does not hear. So similarly, sometimes we also are little naughty children. We don't hear, although many times our superiors tell. But we should try to hear. So as we express our situation, our superiors will be able to help us the best. And when they give us the prescription, they may be telling us orally. So Prabhu, you should chant maybe 2 extra rounds, go to bed early, you need to clear your stomach in the morning. Some practical tip. Huh? So we will think, okay, good point, Prabhuji, thank you, and you may go on. But if you don't take that steps, sometimes have you seen you go to a doctor, you don't take the medicine, eh? And the problem is also not solved, but you feel hesitant to go to doctor कि क्या मुंह दिखाऊंगा I have not taken medicine also. How many of you have faced it? हैं? सबने हुआ है ना? No? So medicine नहीं लिया तो क्या करेगा अभी? पिट जाएगा मतलब. So we have to take the instructions seriously. So one of the very good ways to take instructions of the superior seriously is to note it on a notepad, or you may have your own phone pad, whatever. Nowadays people note on phone also, but note it somewhere because it is better to have a faint pencil than a sharp mind. If we note, it also helps the superior to feel that this guy takes me seriously. You know. Otherwise, like sometimes, actually, Radheshampu when I meet, na, so Radheshampu starts saying, okay, Antardip Das, you can do this and this and this. And actually, earlier I did not know this, how it works. But so I thought, okay, I'll remember. And it went on for 1 hour. He's telling this. Prabhuji, I have not recorded also now, you know. So we don't know how much he's going to tell, no? So better keep noting. No? As the person tells, keep noting. That is a very good way to reciprocate. If you are a good patient, then we should take the medicine very seriously. This person is going to help me now. So when we note down whatever they say, and then also, of course, we should try to follow. And sometimes in medical life, when the person is taking medicine, some reaction happens. You know, allergy or the disease is not getting cured. Then what should one do? Go back to the doctor. Very good. So if some problem is happening, say we are not able to follow the instruction, or we are feeling, still the problem is persisting, what we should do? Go back to superior. Prabhu, I tried to follow, but I could not follow. Sorry, Prabhu. जो भी करने का है, better go. Better be shameless before the superiors than be slaughtered by Maya. You know? Right? Maya is a very ruthless master. Huh? Don't think that we can rest in peace by not following. We will rest in pieces. Maya Devi will butcher us. Actually. Huh? So we should try to take shelter in that way. Forget about, finally they will shout at us, okay, क्यों नहीं किया तुमने? Why didn't you hear? Why didn't you follow? Okay, no problem. Prabhuji, shout, but tell me what to do now. You know? You know? Of course, they will be happy if you are still coming. Better than not coming and suffering, right? Sometimes also it means like suppose they gave an instruction which was too much for us. We could not handle it. Like we can't do that. So no problem. They will give us a baby step towards it. For example, in medical life also it happens. Like some dose was overdosed, then they reduce the dose and all that, right? Say suppose there is a I tell you to jump from this floor to the next floor. Can you jump? No. If there is a langur, maybe you can jump. You cannot. But you can go by the staircase. Similarly, sometimes say, like if I, like one devotee went to Srila Radhanath Maharaj and asked, Maharaj, give me personal instruction. He wanted some personal instruction. Maharaj said, chant 16 rounds attentively. After that, he never went to ask personal instruction because the instruction was like this only. 16 rounds attentively is very tough. Na? एक माला भी नहीं होता ठीक है तो महाराज ने ऐसा दे दिया अभी फॉलो भी नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ क्या करूँ ना तो so the point is what we will have our struggles to follow some tougher instructions but that also we should share so that they can give us some small steps towards it we should not feel that अभी फॉलो तो कर नहीं पा रहा जाने से फायदा क्या है छोड़ो no let us so this is a give and take thing and gradually they will understand you more and more if like my father is a family doctor so he knows many patients from their childhood मतलब जब बच्चा पैदा होता है ना तब से वो जानते हैं उसको so then the family doctor knows the person so well that he does not have to tell the problem also he knows what is going to happen. So he will tell, this is what you should do. He will himself know which medicine will not work for you because it's allergic and all that. Similarly, as you go on in your relationship, initially it will be like they will also make mistakes in understanding you. You will also feel कि पता नहीं समझे नहीं समझे. But if you go on, then gradually that understanding, trust builds. And the medicine also becomes very precise. So we have to allow this to happen. Because if we don't, hey, there is always a first time to a relationship. Na? So we have to allow that first time and then a second time and more time and then the, like now, see with Revati with who I spent 25 years. huh? 25 years of my life. More than what I spent with my parents, I spent with Revati with you know. More time I spent with Radhesham Prabhu than my parents actually. So, so our we are not talking about some crash course of 4 years in college life. Huh? We're talking about eternal life. Huh? So lifelong relationships and beyond. So when you will actually enter into these relationships, it may go through its own learning curve for both the parties. But as you go through it, you will become very deep in your relationship where the trust bonds will become so deep that you can just trust very like wherever I am, I know I have some personalities who I can call and they will be fully available to me. They will throw aside everything for me because they feel for me beyond everything which I am doing for them also. They want me back to Bharat. No? So gradually such trust will come in our life. And we will know their purity, their sincerity in service to us, their their selflessness. As the trust builds up, the trust comes from purity, their maturity, their understanding about us, and then you will be able to open up more and more. जैसे लाइक पहली बार डॉक्टर के पास जाओ तो वो डॉक्टर आपको नहीं जानता है आप भी उस डॉक्टर को नहीं जानते तो पता नहीं कि ठीक निकलेगा नहीं लेकिन लोग बोल रहे हैं अच्छा है चलो सो ग्रेजुअली इट बिल्ड्स so this is a very important feature of the relationship another important feature is the devotional service is a very um, exalted program we say sometimes Prabhupada will write we should chant 24 hours a day or something so some devotee take up that type of idea. One of my, like I was like a Prabhupada sevak for someone in the voice, and then that time one boy started chanting all the time, and he was not studying only, and he was not going to college also. No? So I became, you know, why are you not like, shouting at him? First trying to persuade him, then not hearing, then shouted at him. Then I called my superiors. They told him, but he did not hear. Then he went all up to Janani Prabhu also. Janani Prabhu in Mayapur. No? He said, all of you are in Maya. And he went to Mayapur to Janani Prabhu. He also could not persuade him. So he had his own idea of life. You know. So why I'm telling you that the bhakti process sometimes people take some what do you call it eccentric ideas, some very unique, extreme ideas. उसने कुछ पढ़ लिया प्रभुपाद बुक में उसको लगा यही है बस जीवन का. One boy in IIT Chennai, he read, we all read regularly, we are not the body but the soul. He stopped eating. He said, I'm not the body but the soul, so I don't need to eat only. No? Because I'm soul. You know? But petrol में गाड़ी में मतलब गाड़ी में पेट्रोल डालना पड़ेगा. We gave him so many analogies, so much. So he wanted to commit suicide to give up the body and live as a soul. And the counselor was running after him to protect the body. Finally, we gave him back to his parents. He told, I think we can handle this case study. So the point I want to build is in devotional service, we may go to extremes, but it is very important to have a person who can give us practical transformation of the practical translation to the high-fi principle that we are hearing. There will be so many, like when we say Trinadapi Suni Jena Taror. Trinadapi कैसे बनेगा प्रभु जी? How to become Trinadapi? No, already वो dust है वो उसके अंदर थोड़ा सा should I go below the mud or something? Sometimes person is unable to feel that humility and he is trying to be humble. तो जी कभी कभी ह्यूमिलिटी ज्यादा हो जाता है कभी कभी बोलने का मन करता है एक मुक्का भी मार दूं लगता है so for him devotional see this some things look really lofty so he does not know how to practically translate humility so he overdoes it or underdoes it so we have to know how to practically live next steps in our life. So that practical translation. Also, you will have material life domain, not just spiritual domain. I am talking humility and all, which is spiritual domain, material domain. You want, okay प्रभु भक्ति त्रिनादपि वो सब चलेगा, but मेरा जॉब नहीं लगा है प्रभु, जॉब no. so so we get sometimes a problem in our material life, or we can say there is no material life to you, you are all spiritual, but material life in the sense the material components of our life, like our body is suffering, we're not getting a job, our family is going through some difficult time, we need practical wisdom. That practical wisdom, mature wisdom comes from those guides who can help us through that. So you need these people who can give you that wisdom. So you should be open on those fronts also. So we have certain features that we are discussing, that we have to. So there is sadhana, sambandha, स्वास्थ्य, studies. Can show you, I think. अब बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगी बोलना, याद करना. I'll tell you what it all. Sadhana means chanting, morning program. You can call reading hearing also in that, but I just put it as Siddhanta and Swadhyaya. So what to read? Not like Roji, I want to read Gopi Leela now. No. So what to read? How to read also? How to make notes? Everything should be nicely guided. Hearing, what to hear. Sometimes people just YouTube means कुछ भी सुन लिया, मन किया तो सुन लिया. Yes, you have freedom to hear, but within what is our adhikar? You know, like for example, I know his name is Samren Prabhu. He's a very first class Vaishnava. So he has spoken very different levels of lectures. So we can, if you are inspired by Amren Prabhu, you can hear lectures which are good for you. He may have spoken on very esoteric things of Vrindavan, but that is not for you. Then no problem, we can hear his lectures for us. So medicine should be according to our, अभी छोटे बच्चे को पूरा बड़ा डोज दे दिया तो रिएक्शन हो जाएगा ना. So how to deal with devotees, sadachar, how to deal with you know classmates, how to deal with girls in the class, how to deal with teachers, how to deal with mother father, how to deal with you know uh, bad friends who are like non-devotee friends. So many dealings we have, right? All that sadachar is very important to learn, and we will have a lot of practical details there, correct? Then seva. So we have to do seva according to our nature. What seva we can do? How to do that seva nicely? That also we can learn. Swasthya. Nowadays, all the more people swasthya from childhood only is little problematic. So we have some swasthya problem. So we have to express our situation, take help. you know. And Ayurveda gives a lot of help, which most of the modern students don't have any clue. So you get Ayurvedic wisdom. Sambandha. Sambandha is related to Sadachar but a little deeper, where we have to actually form deeper bonds with Guru, with Prabhupada, with the fellow Vaishnavas we are staying. So if we are, imagine Prabhuji, सबके साथ जमता है लेकिन इसके साथ नहीं जमता Prabhuji. This guy is little, you know. you know. So we have to be honest so that we can, walk above this negative paradigm toward that, right? Every devotee has one devotee in the voice. उसके साथ थोड़ा करेला रस हो जाता है थोड़ा सा. Studies and career is very important for all of you as students in the college. We should have very good study life. Not that we become esoteric like this guy who went to Jananivas Pune, that guy. So studies and career, we should have a proper plan, timely steps, which subjects, like how will I actually get a job. So we should have good guidance in these things. Sometimes the seniors may be like brahmacharis who may not have all that wisdom, so they may refer to another devotee who may give that wisdom. Just like doctors also. My father knows I am not an ophthalmologist. If there is a problem with the eye, then I will give it to an eye ophthalmologist. Like that, some specialists are also required for certain guidance. Anarthas, needless to say, we have so much to wash up. So we can tell. So when we share our anarthas, sometimes the counselor or the guide, the Prabhupada Sevak, like imagine your senior, your working devotee senior, Prabhupada Sevak, he felt that, Prabhu, I think actually some of the problems which you have or I have, if our senior hears, he will himself get bewildered. You know? So he may say, Prabhu, I think we can go to our senior. But you say, no, Prabhu, you only solve it. No, we should allow our problem to get solved at whichever level it is requiring. We should not shy that if he tells is superior, then what will happen. But we can expect confidentiality. Not like you will be telling, सुनो, पता है क्या है इसके साथ? What do I, what he has done? No. So we can expect confidentiality. He will take you in confidence, then take you to a senior who can help you. No, like that. So confidentiality is very important the in these relations because there is trust. You know. So apart from that, the counts, the guide, the Prabhupada Seva, not Prabhupada Seva usually, but Gauranga Seva may also help you to have a long-term vision for your life. For example, there are some critical decisions in life. What are some critical decisions for you in your life? What can be critical decisions? Huh? Okay, which ashram to choose? What else? Marriage, right? Like who to marry? Huh? Huh? Job, which job to take? Huh? Location? A job that is yeah, all that. Studies is yeah, okay. Yeah. Huh? Seva, okay. What long term seva I can do? Yeah. So there can be some very important decisions. And the senior, the guide, more maturity they have. So they may give you that guidance. But one important principle in this critical decisions is they don't dictate you the decision. It is your decision. You know? They can tell you some parameters by which you can take decisions. Like imagine they say you marry this girl, yeah? And tomorrow that girl comes out to be putana, So then you will shout at that guide, तुमने मेरा जीवन खराब कर दिया. Hmm? Hmm? So yeah, Putana looked beautiful first, na? बाद में she came out as you know. So 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 guide will only help you know the parameters. Like can you tell some good parameters for a job? Huh? Okay, location. Like location where you can have association of devotees. You know? Don't take shift jobs where you will be, no morning sadhana left. What else? Duration, yeah. Basically, you should have quality time for association and sadhana. Yes. Huh? Salary according to the need of the family also. Huh? Type of work. Yeah, like one boy told me, he wanted to be a brahmachari, and this guy told me, Prabhu, I have got a job of marketing. Hmm? And what the company has done, they have given me a bike and a girl as a partner, and we have to go. She sits behind me, and we are going to different places. I said, actually, what you can do, you can marry that girl, and then you can go around. No, Prabhuji, I want to be brahmachari. Then what nonsense job it is? So type of work, Yeah. So rightly said. So you're understanding these kind of broad principles he will give you. Now it is your decision whether you follow the principles or not. One very important principle in job is it should not be breaking four legs. It should be within dharmic things. You know. So he will give you some principles. Now, if you say, no, Prabhuji, you only tell me everything, that's not going to work. Like in health also, one devotee told me, Prabhuji, whether, see, I got a operation to get done, whether I should go for Ayurvedic. Ayurvedic is saying you don't need to do operation only. You just, and it will take only 20,000, but it will take 6 months to cure. And allopathy is saying operation needed and 50,000, but instant cure. What should I do? I said, you decide, Prabhu. You know, imagine I tell him Ayurveda. And then after 6 months it does not get cured. Then he will hang over my head, you know. He says, आपकी वजह से मेरा पैर खराब हो गया प्रभु जी, आपने मेरे को ऐसा बोला, है ना? So superiors will give us some guidance, but we have to own the responsibility of the decisions we make. Don't hang him on the guide. The guide, you know, प्रभुपाद सेवक तुमने मेरा सेवा नहीं किया. Be very honest that I own the responsibility of all the choices that I make. The seniors are trying to give their best help. Hmm? And in that, like I told him, what is the best help I can give you as a sadhu? I am not a doctor. I can tell you more Ayurvedic doctors and more allopathic doctors. And you can go and take second consultation from them. I am not going to give you doctor advice. I can only tell that Prabhupada said, do the needful. Jai Ram Ji ki. Bye bye. And he was, actually, I told him this much, but he said, no, no, Prabhuji, you are Krishna's representative for me. You will speak Krishna's word, your Krishna's word will come from your mouth. I said, thank you, Prabhu. I think I have to go and chant my rounds now. So we have to have certain amount of, we don't have the adhikar to take some roles. It is not that we are less sadhu because of that. You know, it's not like, don't think a pure devotee knows medicine also, law also, huh? Marriage board also. Huh? Huh? Even if we are pure devotee, I'm saying, huh? Don't think pure devotee will directly tell who to marry, you know. This guy, this girl is very looking good, you should marry her. No, in the heavens, this my match was made. ऐसा नहीं होता है कुछ. You know? You know? So don't expect your guides to be as if Paramatma in the heart. Hmm? Just expect them to be normal people who are more mature than you in Krishna consciousness, right? And take that way wisdom, and take onus of the responsibility of the decisions that you make. Is that clear, Prabhu? Hmm? Hmm. Okay, so we'll give 15 minutes for question answer. I think this is good enough. Prabhu, you want to add something to us? Okay.
From one question I had, like, when you want to open up with our senior, we have a kind of false ego mentality that how can I share this with senior? So how to overcome that false ego mentality?
Yeah, he's saying that we may have a false ego mentality. How can I open up? Actually, opening of the heart may not be always because of not because of false ego we are not opening up, but we may have not developed that trust, or we may be uh, not having uh, full uh,
Kind of inferiority complex.
yeah, inferiority complex. So many complexes are there in our mind. So it is true that it takes time to open up. So I'm not saying that you will overnight open up everything. Like आज class खत्म हुआ and all the guides are getting calls. Prabhu, now I understood. It's not a overnight relationship, Prabhu. It takes time. Gradually, we start developing that trust. But start sharing something so that they can help you on some things, and that will give you more trust to open up more and more and more and more. Yeah? I can tell you honestly that it's a very relieving thing when we open up, because first of all someone else also is now concerned about that problem, and that person is not thinking that, oh, like they don't just give you a like rumal to cry, oh aisa kya tu ye noji saaf kar lo ise, you know. He is not giving you a patch up solution. They actually have solution from Krishna consciousness. They are not just, see, there's a friend, philosopher, and guide. So the friend means what? He will emotionally accept your situation. Then philosopher means he will philosophically make you see the thing. First, the living entity comes with a lot of प्रभु जी ऐसा क्यों हो गया मेरे साथ, ऐसा होगा, ठीक है ना, ठीक है, वो भी थोड़ा आपको सहला देगा, है ना. He will console you. After that, he will philosophize. Acha, so like imagine your studies went very, your marks did not come well, you know. Then you go, Prabhuji, Krishna is not helping me, Prabhuji. I'm a devotee of Krishna. Krishna is not giving me placement actually, Prabhu. You know? Okay, crying like that. Oh, you're troubled because you've not got placement. I understand very much. He'll sympathize with you. Then he'll say, okay, Prabhu, do you think Krishna should give you placement in this? Matlab, that Krishna is supposed to guarantee you the placement here. No? Krishna wants you to work hard, and according to your talent, if you work, then you can get job. It is not a guarantee of Krishna consciousness that we can get a job. So he will philosophically put us in the right position. Krishna promises training here and placement there. Krishna does not know Bhagavad Gita verse says that Krishna promises placement in this material world. We placed ourselves in the material world. Now all the subordinate placements in companies is part of that material world placement. You know. Anyway, coming back to the point. So it philosophically makes us see the thing. You know, like if you imagine one boy told me, Prabhuji, you know, I did not lock the cycle. I thought Krishna will protect. And I said, you want to make Krishna chowkidar for that child? He has no better business to do. You are his servant or he is your servant? Krishna, Rakhe Krishna Mareke. If Krishna is wanting to protect, he will protect. Otherwise, if thief wants to steal, he will steal only if Krishna permits. So many foolish ideas people have. No? Anyway, so people come with that. So philosophically समझाना पड़ा उसको पहले. No? Then guide. Guide means particular instructions. Do this. Ting, 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 ting. Sleep in time, Prabhu. Like one time, I I had missed 2 rounds of chanting. So I was like, 16 माला नहीं हुआ आज. No, next day I remembered वो 2 माला ऊपर रखा हुआ था ना. So then I cried to Rajshambhu, Prabhuji, I didn't go to Rajshambhu. I sent him a big message, SMS. So Prabhuji कहीं और थे. Prabhuji, I am completely Krishna unconscious. I forgot to round you. इतना लंबा SMS लिखा. And I forgotten many other things also to this service. I forgot that all. I think Jayadvaita Maharaj writes that if someone forgets something, forgetfulness is Krishna unconscious. I am Krishna unconscious. प्रभु ऐसा बड़ा सा मैसेज SMS पे लिखा था इतना प्रभु जी का छोटा सा मैसेज आया है ना I had written also I have forgotten to प्रभु जी ने लिखा keep a notepad and pen to note down all the things that you have to do and chant double the number of rounds you missed. Hare Krishna. तो कैसा है ना हम इतना हवा बोलते हैं उसके चारों तरफ वो प्रैक्टिकल क्या है ये करने का है इतना फॉरगेटफुल हो रहा है तो नोट करो ना बेटा ना तो दिस इज गाइडेंस वो रोना धोना ठीक है हो गया क्या अभी अभी डू एक्शन ना so the guidance will come so keep opening your heart they will sympathize with you but then they will give you good instructions when you follow the good instructions then you will become better situated then you will be in more faith अरे प्रभु जी का इंस्ट्रक्शन सुनने से अच्छा हो गया मेरा जीवन then you will open up more gradually will open up more and more so if we see certain one feature is sometimes we feel Prabhuji that devotee does like this I don't feel trust because his actions don't speak we have distrust of based on some wrong action or apparently like our perception is that he's doing wrong so in either case then we have to go to another superior who can help us see it properly or if it is requiring rectification of the senior he can do that also but we should have some seniors who we can trust and we follow them sincerely it is not that they will be pure devotees Prabhu. We all have faults no like are you all sometimes trying to go to first year how many of you are trying to go to first years and preach Krishna consciousness okay some of you are going so imagine Prabhu do you think they should see you as a pure devotee eh? Say give me a break Prabhu I thought no, I'm still work in progress inconvenience is deeply regretted so we are not pure devotees, we are trying to serve. So if that trust, our opening up is not because it's because of that we see this person is still feeling sleepy in japa. No, the senior will also feel sleepy in japa, but he's not wanting to sleep in japa. No, he's struggling to chant nicely, and that's fine. So sometimes we expect a wrong thing from the superior's action. That means he should be perfected in certain things. He's not a yogi or something. Huh? He's a devotee, he's sincere. We should expect sincerity from the devotee, not purity so much. Okay. Gross purity is expected. They should not be falling to four regulative principles. But sincerity is. So that will keep our trust proper. Then we can open up more and more. Does that, I don't know, it helps? Yes, Prabhu. Any question? Any other question? You are an old personality. I know you well. Well, a senior personality. Those who are Nakul group. Abhijit Prabhu, right? Yes. Anyone else? Okay, Jai. Gokulanand. Govardhan. Yes, please. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu.
But when we confront many times, it feels like I'm always depending on them rather than knowing myself. Right? I feel like I have to solve my problems myself than always approaching them.
Yeah, if you have got an instruction which you know this is what he wants me to do, when you face the same problem, you can do the same thing without asking him. Not that you have to again go and ask him. But if you feel that it's not somehow working for me, that particular instruction, I think I need some additional things, then you can go and still approach it. One thing is the relationship is so frank, na? We don't feel that, that hesitation also. But if we have already got into, we don't want to waste time also. One impediment which sometimes comes in opening heart is people feel that why should I waste time on that devotee? He's such a busy devotee, he's working so hard. I'm a fallen soul. Why to spend time on this fallen soul? No, no. If we don't spend time on the fallen soul, we will have to spend a lot of time on that fallen soul. No? You're getting, no? If the guide does not timely, a stitch in time saves nine. So if ऐसा ना हो कि we are rest in peace the soul, and then he's thinking कहाँ गया बेचारा अभी उसको पकड़ के लाना पड़ेगा है ना. So before you get further troubled by the anartha, better tell. So we should not think that we are taking undue time from the superior. To respect his time, one thing we can do instead of saying, Guruji, now now only you give me time. No, we can say, Prabhu, what time can I meet you? No, he will give you an appropriate time when his time is available, and then you can meet and tell the problem. Unless it's like kitchen में fire लगा है प्रभु, So then तो प्रभु, don't wait about anything, प्रभु अभी आने का है, Yeah, if there's an emergency in your life also, then you can actually take immediate help. And if it is not such an emergency, you can ask for a due time. Roji, is hafte mein I want to talk to you someday. Most of the problems are not like so impending that now. So we should feel free to share. And if you have already got guidance, then you can try to apply it. If it's not working it out, or it does not solve the problem, then you can go to school. Okay? Any other? Okay. One more S was actually not mentioned there, which is Santulan. Santulan means what? Balancing. You know, many questions are about balance only. Prabhuji, how to balance this with the, sadhana and seva and So all these other S which I was telling, इन सब के बीच का balance को करना एक और S है, संतुलन. Because you have so many things to work upon simultaneously, we don't know how to balance life also. Sometimes sadhana goes up, sometimes studies go down, sometimes swasthya goes down. This is a constant problem, right? So one of the important things that the devotee should get training upon is how to have good time management in life. What to prioritize. Sometimes they may reduce some of the services because you're not able to keep good sadhana. So they can reprioritize things also first. So that is another important. ठीक है? Okay, Prabhu. Mataji wants to ask something. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी जैसे डायरेक्टली भगवान हमसे कितना प्रेम करते हैं हर जीवन साथी से और वो चाहते हैं कि सभी भगवान के पास चले जाए। तो हम जैसे सुनते हैं क्लास में प्रभु जी, फिर हम अपनी माया में लग जाते हैं, भौतिक चीजों में लग जाते हैं। तो फिर से भवन के भर में मंदिर आते हैं, क्लास में सुनते हैं, लेकिन फिर से वो छूट जाता है, जैसे ही घर जाते हैं या भौतिक चीजों में जाते हैं। तो वो एकदम मतलब रेगुलर कुछ कनेक्शन नहीं बन
इसी को
पाता।
बोलते हैं महंत जी अनिष्टता भजन क्रिया, है ना? इसी के लिए वो गाइड लगता है। अनिष्टिता भजन क्रिया इज अ टफ स्टेज, अनर्थास आर गोइंग ऑन ना, तो वो इट इज लाइक अपहिल क्लाइंब, यू नो। कभी किया है अपहिल अपहिल साइकिलिंग, दम लगा के ऐसा, इट्स अ वेरी टफ थिंग, छोड़ दिया तो जुक वापस आ जाएगा। So इसलिए we have to have someone who can support us, guide us. See, when we are in the Anishtha Bhajan Kriya, our mind and senses are very strong. Hmm? More than mind and senses being strong, our faith in mind and sense is very strong. Hmm? Sometimes the mind and sense may be strong, but if you lost faith in them, then you will not follow them. No? But we feel, hey, अच्छा है, थोड़ा तो कर ले, I like it, you know. So that is the time when we need more sincere guidance all the time. So mind will say so many things. आज मन नहीं कर रहा उठने का, क्या करने का? तो जो मन की सुनता है उसको मंकी कहते हैं। तो मन का नहीं सुनने का है ना, तो गाइड से पूछ लेने का क्या करना चाहिए। नहीं होता, ज्यादा भक्ति करने से दिमाग गर्म हो रहा है। बोल दो जो बोलने का है ना, ये अंडरस्टैंड, ये बहुत हालत का लाचार है ना। Yeah, we all will go through our own journey. So share your journey with someone because it's a uphill climb. Anarth Nivritti is the toughest phase to go through. After that, निष्ठा रुचि आ सकती है, वो तो आइसक्रीम खाने जैसा है ना। अभी कोई बोलेगा कि प्रभु जी आइसक्रीम खाने का मन नहीं कर रहा है ना, नहीं आइसक्रीम खा रहा है, अरे मजा एक और दे दो। So after nishtita, nishtha means nishtita bhajan, then there is no much problem. Before that, only this mind and senses play a lot of games with us. Sometimes they'll put you in inferiority complex, sometimes in superiority complex. So inferiority complex, Prabhuji, I'm so fallen, I think I'm not qualified for being in associate devotee. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it will say that. Like you go, come back from home, you suppose you messed up, did some very major mistake, then you feel I'm so impure. I've been telling other fellows, I'm preaching also. I was preaching and telling them to follow, but I myself not following. I think I'm not pure enough to be with the devotees also. You know? I don't feel worthy. Better I remain in our hostel only. You know, I don't think so. I'm qualified to be the associate devotee. You know what Krishna, what Maya is doing with us? Maya is telling, don't give up just Anishtita Bhajan Kriya stage. Give up Sadhu Sangha also. Maya is so clever. She knows Sadhu Sangha में रहेगा तो धीरे धीरे फिर से निष्ठिता भजन क्रिया, धीरे धीरे भजन क्रिया पकड़ लेगा। तो ऐसा करो इसका साधु संग ही तोड़ देती हूँ। She is extremely fine, you know. She will make us get a Krishna conscious justification to do the wrong act. So if we glide down from Anishtita Bhajan Kriya, as Mataji was saying, man nahi karte. So we should take shelter of the Sadhu Sangha. Then Sadhu Sangha will give us again the determination to rise to Anishtita Bhajan Kriya. Anishtita Bhajan Kriya means instruction is there, faith in Sadhu is there, but still the determination is not there. Shraddha is there, but Sharnagati is not there. You know? At Nishtha stage, Sharnagati is pakka. So the surrender becomes proper. ठीक है महाराज जी, आई थिंक टाइम अप, शुड क्लोज है। ओके, इनका एक सवाल है कुछ ऐसा पेंसिल को बस क्विक।
Prabhuji, I have a question. But Prabhuji can ask that question.
हैं? ये क्या हुआ?
For such a nice question. So like we are there in boys are placed more than 5 years, 6 years. But we know like something what also who is expecting also. So parallelly we will not able to follow also. Like you are there in Puji more than I think 3 decades, around 3 decades. And you may be knowing the clarity. what Prabhuji is expecting from us. So I would like to discuss that.
What Prabhuji is expecting?
From devotees who has taken training, who are there more than 5 years in devotees association.
Okay, let us take a brainstorm. All of you can tell. You all know also. What all Radha Shampoo will expect us to do? Let us see what all devotees say. हाँ? पहले थोड़ा ग्राउंड रियलिटी प्रीचिंग बाद में करेंगे. पहले अपनी लाइफ का बात करो. ओके मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम की जाए. पहला मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम प्रीचिंग बाद में है ना. The morning program is very, very important emphasis Radha Shampoo gives because Prabhupada gives that emphasis. Yes, what else? नहीं आप मत बताओ बॉयज को बताना आप स्टडीज या बी पक्का इन योर स्टडीज वेरी गुड जल्दी जल्दी बोलो अरे माइक बड़ा स्लो चले जल्दी जल्दी बोलो हाँ रीड प्रभुपाद बुक्स वेरी नाइस और क्या हुआ अभी इतना डिटेल मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम नहीं हो गया ना और बताओ हैं 16 राउंड्स फॉलोइंग बुक 16 राउंड्स 4 रेग्स भी बोल देते हैं 16 राउंड्स एंड 4 रेग्स फॉलो करो है ना अटेंड अटेंड ऑल कैंप्स ओके यस वैष्णव सदाचार ओके हैं ऐसे साधना सेवा सदाचार बोल के पूरा खत्म नहीं हो जाएगा कुछ स्पेसिफिक्स बताओ थोड़ा अभी प्रीचिंग पे आ सकते हैं थोड़ा प्रीचिंग भी करना चाहिए राधा शंभू वांट्स ऑल ऑफ अस टू डेवलप मिशनरी स्पिरिट डू समथिंग फॉर दिस वर्ल्ड more devotees happy devotees contributing devotees should do something yes what else हाँ क्या हो गया हाँ वो मिशन में आ गया बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड यूथ प्रीचिंग दीज टू वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट नोट्स या व्हाट एल्स सिंसियरिटी अभी तो बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे बहुत सारे आ जाएंगे फिर सारी क्वालिटीज बोलना चालू करेंगे कंपैशन देना हाँ हाँ ओके ओके दैट वन आई थिंक वील हैव टू सी दैट वन let me see if I have seen ढूंढना पड़ेगा वो yeah. But yeah, one very important one I will mention, which you all did not mention, which is high character. After doing our personal devotional practices, the next important one is high character. Missionary spirit and all is external, later. Well, not external, but later. First, live for high character. Prabhuji will be very concerned if someone, you know, glides down from the standard of purity. So more and more we go ahead in devotional service, we should live very pure life. First devotional life, and devotional life will give us the strength to live a very pure life. So pure life, one basic one is 4 regular principles we follow. Grossly, then subtly. So many things will come in dealing in Dhanam Janam Sundari. So character means no cheating in the exams. Many of the boys, even in voices, they think that Prabhuji thoda to karna hi padta hai, baaki log kar rahe hain. That means we didn't understand the law of karma only. You know. So we have to be very careful in keeping good high character. Then the next comes doing something for the world also. Okay. So, huh? Cleanliness. Okay. Yes. Like that, you can tell many things, no? Yeah. But yeah, this is good enough, I think. ठीक है प्रभु? This is what he expects. Be stable devotee. Be, try to contribute as your best. And you can have your, it's not like missionary spirit means everyone has to preach. Some may be also doing deity worship, some may be doing kitchen services. Whatever is your heart, do that in the mission of Prabhupada. Do something for Prabhupada. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Hare Krishna. Oh, was it okay? So I began from Krishna's compassion. Why? Because we should always see this whole program in the light of what Krishna is trying to do for us. You know? Otherwise, we may not have the right vision towards this whole system. Actually, it's not a material system; it's a spiritual system of Krishna's loving compassion on us. Okay, Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Thank this yesterday only returned from US, night 11 o'clock with jet lag and everything, but still Prabhuji came. Morning was in Sarjapur, we traveled, came and gave us valuable time and so wonderful experience. Prabhuji take this topic common in Nisha camp, named Consta system. Prabhuji gave here tailor made for Bangalore. And so amazing principle, and he has that nature of caring for devotees. So he cares for all level of devotees, senior brahmacharis, younger brahmacharis, devotees, and always feel how we can care for devotees very nicely. So very thankful to Prabhuji there that he's there in Bangalore. So that's thanking which I'm chanting Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai.
We'll have a portion of